Welcome to ConvolutedCube, your weekly video game podcast. Although it hasn't really been weekly. It's been like 6 months since we last talked.
We're getting there.
We're getting there. So a weekly video game podcast. You can find us on Podbean for audio. You can also see us on YouTube. Yeah, it's been a while since we talked.
Not by my choice.
Yeah, well, we're switching it up a little bit. So for those of you who have seen us before, you'll notice it's quite a bit different. You're actually seeing us now instead of video. So this is much less audio, or much less, I don't know, edited. A lot less post-production. So this way we'll be able to pump them out really quick. It's just going to be us talking. So if you want an audio-only podcast for work, podbean.com. If you want to watch us on video, we'll put some stuff out on YouTube. Oh yeah, who are we? Hi. My name's Randy. I'm one of the co-hosts, and my buddy over there
is the other R. I'm Mr. Ryan.
Ryan Green. Yes. So, all right. Hey, this is new. I'm not sure what to do from here. What have you been up to, man? It's been a while.
Yeah, it has been a while. Much to my chagrin, and I've wanted to do more, but no, I've been super busy, and I know you have too. We both moved. So that was some of it. And what have I been? We just got finished with soccer season. My team placed second in the tournament and first in the regular season. So the big props to the Wood Vikings. And but I'm done with soccer, so now I have more time to hang out with you.
The Wood Vikings?
Yeah, Wood Intermediate. Yeah,
oh,
Vikings.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking of like either Vikings made of wood or Vikings who attack wood, like they're anti-forest Vikings.
Wood Middle School or Intermediate School for you East Coasters. Yes, but the Vikings are their mascot. Yes.
Okay.
All right. But we had a really successful year, so. Now I'm done with soccer. Now I have time for games and TV shows.
Now you have time for what matters, okay? Kick those 14-year-old kids to the side. Now it's time to be alone.
You were guessing that they were 14, weren't you?
Sure, yeah, whatever.
you don't remember how old people are in middle school.
Oh, aren't they 14? Isn't that like 12? Wait, I don't know. It's been a long time.
You're close. We met when we were 14.
We did.
That?
Yeah, high school.
That was freshmen. So we did have some. Freshmen.
Okay.
On the team.
Well, there's been some kids who were held back, and they're still 14-year-olds in intermediate. Okay.
That's true. There's one.
But screw those kids. It's time for video games. Lock yourself up.
Well, it's fall and winter, and yeah, that's a lot of video game time there.
It is. It's like the perfect time.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Anything else you've been up to? Just soccer?
Yeah. Well, tomorrow I'm going to my second wedding in 1 month. So
it's wedding season.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I'm actually in this one tomorrow. That starts tomorrow, and then the actual ceremony's on Saturday. So, but yeah, that's exciting. No, it's exciting. My buddy's gonna watch this. I was gonna give him a hard time, but he'll probably watch this. He's a pretty big. He's a big PC gamer.
Yeah.
So him and I don't necessarily gel all the time. Props to Tom. But yeah, we've had some discussions, but yeah, a lot of console stuff for me lately, and he can't join me in that discussion.
No, he's one of the PC Master Race guys.
I
can't blame him.
I think price, was a lot of it.
There's a lot of sales on PC games that you just don't get on consoles, which is really nice if you have a good PC to run games on.
He's a real big comic guy. I think you've met him once, way back 12 years ago, but he is having a masquerade ball wedding reception.
What?
And he already has.
That's amazing.
He already has his Batman like
oh my gosh.
So I've seen a picture of that. I don't know what I'm gonna be wearing. There's special ones designed for the wedding party for the groomsmen, but yeah, hopefully it's like something cool, like I don't know, like Robin or what's that one dude? Not the Green Lantern. So, yeah, anybody but the Green Lantern's like the stupid face mask thing. But I'll let you know how that goes. So, yeah, that'll be kind of like different. But yeah, old girl's super excited about it.
Yeah.
So, of course.
Sure she is. That's unique.
Well, yeah. And I mean, to preface, Saturday is the 31st. So that's why that was the Halloween. Oh, yeah, so that was the rhyme and reason of why they're doing it.
I've been working so much, I forget what holidays are coming up because we don't take holidays where I work. So it's just like, it's Memorial Day and I'm here. Okay, whatever. Yeah, that works. Labor Day, that's even a holiday. Okay, people get days off for
Remember
this?
Thanksgiving's coming up at the end of next month.
I won't remember.
I'll text you. They'll let you know on Twitter. Hey, it's
I was amazed I remembered my little brother's birthday. If it wasn't for Facebook, no, wouldn't have given him a call. Like, it's terrible.
Ouch.
I don't remember anything. It's bad. It's bad nowadays.
Props to him over there.
I'm terrible. I hate dates.
Was it M or T?
It was Tyler.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
he would have reminded you too, like snarkily.
No, he just...
No, he would have been...
He would have reminded me a lot, like maybe 3 weeks from then, like next time I saw him. Yeah, then I guess he would have reminded me, but no, Michael's more of the whiner.
He's snarky.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I've been doing. And
Nice.
you, besides moving?
I've been moving. I've been working. I've been watching wrestling again, WWE, which has been more of a chore than enjoyable.
Ooh. Where's Mike to beat your ass when we need him?
No, he'll probably agree. It's not good right now. I was thinking about this the other day. So wrestling, like especially WWE right now, like it's one of those things that it's not the best to watch, but you still do. So it's kind of like following a sports team.
Right.
Like you and I are both Bears fans.
Yes.
Right? And we'll watch the Bears even though they're really, really bad. Like last year was
through the Bears.
Well, yeah, and that's kind of how it is with WWE. Is like it's not the best, but I kind of feel obligated to support my team and watch it.
We should also preface to say you do watch it with your old girl though, don't you?
Yeah, every once in a while. Yeah, well, we definitely watch all the pay-per-views. Yeah, we're both wrestling nerds, so we're gonna go to Ring of Honor in May when they come back to Chicago. But like I remember you told me a couple weeks ago that the women, the Divas, is bad. The Divas is bad, but the NXT, like so NXT is there.
We'll get to it.
Well, this is just about real wrestling. So it's
okay.
It's like a sports team because you can see, like, you know what a good sports team is. Like, we were both watching the Chicago Bears during their Super Bowl run back in 2003, right? So we know what a good Bears team looks like. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a long time. So we both know, like, a good sports team. I was watching wrestling back in 1997 when the Attitude Era popped up.
Let's do the Blackhawks. Since I'm a big Blackhawks
Well, anyway,
fan.
no, we'll stick with the Bears because this is my metaphor, Ryan.
All right.
I was thinking about this.
I'll do the Blackhawks next time.
All right. So it's like the Bears because we both were around, and I watched the Attitude Era, which was like the best of wrestling. So that was like the Super Bowl team of professional wrestling was '97. So you know what this team can do, but like it's not doing it right now, and you keep watching because you think like, oh, we got some good people coming up. They're going to be really good here in a few years.
Really
I should just support them right now. So in 2 years, I can be like, I told everyone that guy was going to be fantastic.
Yep.
You know, but now it's like, you don't know what's wrong with the team at this point.
And then you just turn into Jamarcus Webb.
Well, you think about it and like, all right, with the Bears last year, everyone's like, well, we got talent, man. We got talent, but the head coaching is just not there. And you could say the same about WWE. Is like, we have the most talented roster right now, but the people aren't booking it right. So it's the talent is blaming the head coach, but then the head coach are like, the talent's just not reaching for that brass ring. We got a bunch of millennials here who don't want to do anything.
So is the head coach in your wrestling metaphor the writers?
It's Vince McMahon.
Okay.
Vince McMahon is the Jerry Jones of WWE. He's the owner and general manager who may dip his finger in a little bit more than he needs to.
That trickles down to the authority.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's my
wrestling.
wrestling.
I know things. I studied slightly, tiny bit.
But other than watching wrestling, I've been playing a few things and working. So that's what I've been up to.
Okay.
For the most part.
Moving on to what you've been playing.
So let's start with the old stuff first, and then we'll get to the new stuff. So I've been playing a lot of MLB 15, the show. Too much.
I thought your other one was even older.
It is, but I guess it is. But MLB the show, I've been playing a lot more. So I don't watch baseball.
No, we've talked about that.
I don't really like to watch baseball.
You don't even know
who
the people are.
No, but I love playing MLB the show because I
can't believe you don't know who like the good pitchers are. I mean, you probably do just based off of like when you see them in the game, right?
There's that Cub guy who starts with an A, Arrieta. Yeah, Arrieta's good. And then
because you do create a character.
Yeah,
right?
I do create a character. Chris Sale was good.
Yeah,
I know that because I played.
Remember what team he's on?
He's the White Sox.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, okay. Now my teams are
a
going to
little bit trickling into it.
My teams are going to get a little messed up, though, because I only play my player mode like we talked about.
Yeah.
Because I love my player mode, like any kind of my player mode. So NBA, I play my player. Madden, I don't play my player because Madden sucks. With my player, it's terrible. But MLB, I play the hell out of my career.
Right.
So, and I really like those modes because they kind of teach you the game, the nuances of the game, depending upon what position you're playing. So, like if you're playing a pitcher, you quickly learn, I got to keep things in or I got to keep them low to create ground balls or to cut off their skins.
Huh?
Oh, I don't go down.
You don't go fishing for them?
No, I do every once in a while, like when it's like
I've heard
like
the computer doesn't go after your pitches on the outside though.
You have to set them up.
Yeah. Okay.
Sony does a really good job of programming the players to go with what they would do
on a regular basis. Oh, okay.
Their actual tendencies.
Right. I like that then.
So
I'm far more of a baseball nut than you are.
Mm-hmm. So if you,
I may or may not have been in 8 fantasy baseball leagues this year. Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't even talk about our fantasy football league, but whatever. We'll talk about that later.
No, let's
you don't want to get into that? No. We're both having really bad seasons.
We both play each other this week.
Oh, we do.
Yeah, we do.
You're probably gonna beat me. No. My team is terrible.
I drafted awful.
So did I.
I had a lot of faith in dudes that did not show up.
Yeah, Andrew Luck and DeMarco Murray, they're really working out for me. That's my 1 and 2.
Yeah, my 2 and 3 is pretty pathetic. Anyways,
all right, so
moving on.
MLB The Show,
yes,
does a fantastic job of making you. It does what Madden doesn't do very well, which is your character sucks for a long time.
Right.
Like I am in.
Like you really struggle and have to progress.
Yeah.
So do you start in the major leagues?
No.
Oh, okay.
You start in AAA.
Okay.
And then you work your way up to AA.
Okay.
Then you work your way up to MLB.
Yeah,
and it's a slow grind.
Yeah.
But with the way how the minor league...
Can you simulate that?
You can, but then you don't get your training points. So you want to play.
Yeah.
But the really nice thing is, and it's kind of a credit to how MLB works with the minor league system, is you kind of see your character develop because you start off terrible in AA, but then you start to really see what you can do because then you get better for AA standards.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then they kick you back up to AAA, and then you suck again. But then you get better.
Much like real life with actual prospects that should be good. Yeah.
Exactly. So it does this whole good thing of like, it's not I suck for 5 years straight. It's I suck and I get good relative to what minor league I'm in.
Right.
And then I suck and I get good relative to the players around me. And then once you get to MLB, you should be pretty good, pretty decent after like 2 years. So it's a nice slow grind.
Still a grind though.
Well, Madden and NCAA, it was the exact opposite. Where I had a linebacker who was 98 overall, like 3/4 of the way through his freshman season. Like what the no.
So then you're just playing like God mode essentially.
Exactly, and I don't want to do that. Even if you crank it all the way up, you're still lobbing passes or laying. That's why I always play defense in the football games because that takes that out of my hands.
As did I,
yeah. But MLB is really good this year. They do have microtransactions, but you earn the credits that you can then use to pay for those.
So you don't have to spend a dime.
No, you don't have to. I haven't spent a single dime on it, and I've bought player packs and all of that.
Okay. So,
and they have
Mass Effect 3 did that, and I think they did that really well.
Yeah, I like it when they do that. Like, give me a reason to keep playing.
Correct.
Don't just flaunt it in front of me. And we've had this discussion. Oh, there's a Lost Mortal Kombat episode that might come out sometime.
Oh, you should.
I don't know.
Oh, you're so angry.
Oh, I hate that game. I'm so disappointed with the DLC. But the other game that I've been playing was Skyrim. I've been modding that and playing that again, which modding Skyrim,
how are things 2 years ago?
Ooh, I can play it for an hour and then it crashes the desktop, but it's
really?
beautiful for the first hour. Yeah.
Because it's too much?
I think I downloaded the 2K texture packs for everything, and my GPU just can't handle it. It's like at 70% for the first hour, and then it goes straight up to 99, and it just crashes the desktop.
Skyrim, still to date, the longest game I've ever played without actually beating it.
Skyrim, to date, probably the third best looking game still out there once you mod it. Like, it looks fantastic.
I did it on this.
If you modify it, that game looks great. It still holds up.
I did it on the 360. Yeah.
Yeah.
240 hours, one character. Went to finish it and glitched.
Oh.
And did not finish the main quest on that. Very upset.
I've never finished the main quest because I get sidetracked.
It'll probably glitch on your ass.
I get sidetracked throughout the whole thing. Well, and it probably won't glitch because on the PC there's a ton of user-made patches that fix all those things. which is really nice. They kept patching it after Bethesda said, we're done. We don't want to touch this anymore. Like, no, it has to be perfect.
But no, that's still a game that my old lady will still go back to.
Yeah.
And
it's such a good game. Everything works great.
She loves getting lost into, the whole world. And then we'll talk about it later. There's another game that I think might do those same things. Yeah. That's coming up. So I can mention it now if you want to.
I don't know what it is. Is it the Wild that you've been posting?
It is. It is this game called The Wild.
What is this? I haven't seen it. All I see is you posting about it.
I did 2 posts. Okay, let's getting a little out there.
It seems like every day.
It's essentially a caveman simulator but you're actually more of like a shaman, and then you can possess or like you possess or can ride like any animal in the world, and it's very like open based.
Okay.
And then there's also like animal divinities that they just like introduced in their newest. I think they had a video at the Sony press conference more, and they had like a Paris video game conference like last week. Yeah. And they showed that they actually have like animal divinities that give you like kind of like a challenge of live as a snake for like 4 days and like sort of thing. But no, it looks really beautiful. The thing I'm a little worried about is like in No Man's Sky, it's not giving you enough to do sort of thing of like an ending goal of like trying to accomplish. But it looks awesome. Like, oh, you're like the shaman, you're running around and like collecting, berries and stuff and trying to find the next like landmark. And then you like see an eagle up above and like you could possess it and then like fly around as an eagle sort of thing. And like kind of just get lost in the world, which is like something like my old lady like absolutely loves. And that's what she loves about Skyrim, to bring it back there. So, but I mean, it sounds like they need a little bit more meat and potatoes to it.
Who is this made by?
I'll look it up.
Is this a Kickstarter?
No.
Okay.
No, they actually showed this at E3 I want to say like a year and like maybe even 2 E3s ago, and they just had like a little bit of it. And I mean, not even a ton of gameplay, but at this Paris Games Conference, they had like a lot more, and it seemed like they flushed stuff out. It's a really small developer, so that's why the name's escaping me now. I'll look it up later.
You know what I'm really excited for?
But
that new Far Cry. Have you seen that?
Oh, Primal. Yeah. And it had kind of a feel to that too. Yeah. So.
I haven't seen any gameplay. And I don't care.
Okay. Oh no, I just kind of saw like
I saw the teaser that was leaked.
And that's coming out in like February.
Yeah.
Like I was really surprised that Ubisoft like, I don't know. Do you feel like they had to do it in the sense that they're really gonna have to push back the Division?
No. This is kind of the same thing that they did with Far Cry 4 too.
Oh, okay.
Far Cry 4 from announcement to release wasn't that long.
Yeah, that's true.
Ubisoft doesn't really hold on to that motto if we have to release a trailer 2 years in advance or something. But that's because they have so much coming down the pipe. They have so many studios working on their games that they can just
that one game where you played as where you're like in the streets of Chicago and
Watch Dogs?
Yeah, Watch Dogs was definitely
2
years.
Yeah, but that was a new intellectual property. Whereas this is like it's the Far Cry team. They already know their engine. They're working on that. Whereas Watch Dogs,
it's a new concept for Far Cry. Yeah, and that looks.
It's a concept I wanted since Far Cry 3.
Yeah,
and it's so different that it's because Far Cry 4 felt too much like Far Cry 3 in a sense. Whereas that was the really cool thing from going from Far Cry 2 to Far Cry 3 was they felt so different. And from Far Cry 1 to Far Cry 2. So the leap from Far Cry 3 to 4, it didn't seem different enough. It felt more like a side quest or a really big DLC than a full game by itself.
I heard that game's like long as shit.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's not? Oh,
no.
Okay.
No.
I thought 4 was pretty long.
No, but Far Cry Primal, like that's so wildly different that I'm stoked for that. I'm cool with that. I want to fight me some Sabertooth.
So you might enjoy this wild game.
I'll check that out.
It seems similar.
I'll actually click on your Facebook post for once. Yeah.
But we got there because we were talking about Skyrim and getting lost in a game.
Skyrim's so good. All right, anyway.
Because they're so open-based.
It is.
Like, those are real similar.
And playing it on PC, you can come back to it after 6 months and, there's a new total conversion mod that completely changes how you level up. Cool, let's play that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, or somebody redid the stealth mechanics. Awesome.
I did one of the DLC. I did, like, the vampire DLC.
Dawn Guard.
Yeah, and that was pretty meaty. I was pretty pleased. And
Get them crossbows
I
going.
I actually did complete all of that, but not the main vanilla part of Skyrim. But, yeah, no, I really liked that. And, yeah, it did add, like... I think I ended up playing something else, and I came back to that.
Yeah.
And it definitely added a good, I want to say like 12 hours or something like that.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, all right. Anything else?
You want to get to the big one?
Sure.
All right. So the other one that I've been playing, the new release.
Oh yeah. Well, the heart of today's episode, more or less.
Yeah. I've been playing WWE 2K16, which came out on Tuesday.
More wrestling talk.
Yes. Less real wrestling talk and more about this, though.
Right.
Oh my gosh, this game.
And the improvement over last year?
Yeah, it's an improvement in all aspects. It's so good. As far as gameplay. So let's
heard the animation's a little rough.
Okay, let's just go on to the core gameplay first, because let's get the good stuff out of the way before we talk about the bad stuff. All right, so gameplay. This might be my favorite wrestling game ever.
Oof.
Period.
Oof. Over those N64.
Yeah, over No Mercy, because this is No Mercy was really good as an like an arcadey style.
Yes.
This is more of a straight up
right?
wrestling simulation.
Correct. Yeah.
And a lot of it has to do with that they've overdone. They haven't even really overhauled their reversal system.
Mm-hmm.
As far as they've just put a cap on it now.
Okay.
So what happened previously, whenever you would play the game online, it just became reversal after reversal after reversal. And you don't really see that in wrestling too much. Like when you're actually watching, somebody has the lead and then somebody comes back. You got the baby face shine, and then the heel does a dirty trick, and then the heel runs most of the match, and then the baby face gets an advantage, and you see him run the match for like 10 minutes.
It comes back at the end, like, I'm coming back.
Yeah. And then the end is like
ropes.
The end is like when people start, like, you're looking for that one reversal to kind of switch the whole match and kind of put on your finisher. And with the new cap on reversals, this does that.
Okay.
So everybody starts off.
I did not read any of this. There's other aspects that people love that were changed, but I did not realize
this is by far my favorite part of the game.
So how many do you have? Like 3?
Depends upon what wrestler you're playing as, because like Daniel Bryan is more of a technical wrestler, so he starts off with 5 reversals.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but then somebody like Ryback is not known for being a technical wrestler. He's more for his strength, so he only starts off with 3. Okay.
Both of the guys you mentioned, I do not know.
These are new guys. I'm sorry.
Okay.
All right. So for since you're not really into the new guys,
Triple H.
So let's say, Triple H, but let's say Mr. Perfect.
Oh, I remember him.
He's more of a technical wrestler.
Yes,
so if he was in the game, which he might be,
I read he is supposed to be in the
I think
DLC.
he is. There's so many. Okay. So if he's in the game, which I'm pretty sure he is, he'd start off with 5.
Right.
Okay. But Goldberg, who's not known for being a technical wrestler, he's just known for hitting people really hard. He'd start off with 3.
Yeah. Oh, 3? That's generous for him.
Yeah. Oh, okay. 3 is like the minimum.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So how this works in gameplay is it makes all of your strikes really important, and when you use those reversals, even more so.
Right.
So let's say you both start off with 3 reversals, just to keep it simple.
Your hands are getting really grabby over there.
This is one of the reasons I wanted a camera, so we can see this. Earlier, I saw you do one of these, and I didn't know if you were actually pointing at the camera.
No, tell the people.
For you video people.
Like The Rock.
Audio people can't see us pointing these.
For the people.
All right, so you both start off with 3.
All right.
Right. Yeah. All right, so then it becomes this kind of like chess match of who's going to use the reversal first.
Okay.
Because
this
once
is
you
online
use,
we're talking about.
No, this is in the single player too.
Oh,
this is the whole. You can turn this off if you want, but I love this. Like, this is my favorite part. So once you use a reversal, it will have to refill. Okay. So you'll have a limited amount of time where you don't have that. Mm-hmm. This wasn't in last year, so you don't. The
refill.
The stamina bar.
Yeah.
It has the same refill as the stamina bar, but it's its own separate bar. All right, so if I use my reversal first, then he now has a 3 reversals to 2 advantage. Mm-hmm. So when I'm playing offensively, what I would do is I'd come up and I'd hit him. I'd try and just sneak in a quick strike or a quick grapple, just so that way, if he burns that reversal, I know I have him.
Okay.
Because from that point on, I have a 1 reversal on him. So I'm going to hit him once, twice, wait for that first reversal, and then I have the advantage. I'm the guy in charge now. I'm the one who's leading the match, just like in real life. I've got it. So every time that he uses it from then on, it's another ding. And I'll just use my reversals to counter his, so that way I always have a 1 reversal advantage. So that way, once he doesn't have any reversals on, I'll just keep pouring it on. And I'll actually use that stamina bar that we talked about.
Yeah.
If he doesn't have any reversals, I will just burn my stamina bar. Just try to do as much damage as I can before his reversal refills. Because everything I hit, there is 0 chance that he can block it, and there's 0 chance that he can stop it.
Right.
So that even adds more like of a layer to the stamina bar that they introduced last year.
Game sounds like a real
It is. So then
technique to it.
Let's say that you're on the defensive. So you've used your reversals. Okay, but now you have to take it. Like, you know that what I'm waiting for now is I'm just waiting for him to mess up once. I'm waiting for him to miss that strike. Because if I can hit him, he's going to burn his stamina, his reversal bar. And by that time, maybe my reversal will be loaded up. And then I can get the advantage.
You have 1 left, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And hopefully it will refill by then. And you're just, like, that even adds more to like, okay, I'm going to sneak out of the ring here. And I'm just going to circle around the ring and hope that that 10 pound doesn't happen.
Well, that doesn't seem very fun.
It adds to it.
That adds to the realism.
It does, and you're still just wandering around. It's still part of that chess match.
Right.
Now, the cool thing is that then let's get to the end of the match, okay? So his momentum bar is at 90%, and if he gets 100, then he can do his signature, and if he hits his signature, then he can do his finisher, and that's usually going to end the match. We'll get to that in a little bit.
Well, can we talk about the new aspects that I made a note about?
This is a new one. 1 second. Oh, okay. Hold on. So then, like, if he gets his signature, then I'm going to hold on to my reversal, and I'm not going to use it. So that way I can save my reversal for his signature or his finisher and try and stop him from ending the match. Because if he hits that finisher, it's called a finisher for a reason. It's done.
And that wasn't in the last one, in 15. Okay.
That's only, so I love the new reversal system.
Okay.
It's fantastic.
There was another new aspect that I made a note of. Is there a new submission and kick out mini game that you have to do?
Yeah. One of those is really good. One of them is not. All right. So let's start with a good one. The kick out system is really cool. So basically, there's a circular bar. Every time that you get pinned, there's a little area that it's a timing game. So if you click X inside the little triangle, then you kick out.
Yeah.
Okay. And the more damage that you do and the less stamina you have, the smaller and smaller that gets. And then they have modifiers too. So if somebody has a special ability of they can pin immediately after a special move, then it reduces your triangle by 10%.
Oh my God. So it's like a teeny tiny little spot.
So it can get really, really tiny. It can even get to the point where like it just doesn't even show you the bar.
Oh my God.
But they only do that on the 1 count. Okay. So you'll still have 2. You'll have from 2 up to 3.
And it's like a little circular. I saw it was like a little circular like counter. It is like a swinging pendulum.
Yep. It's like the pendulum that you see in the kicking mini games for Madden, except you have to kick it in that little triangle.
Yep.
Okay. So that's the good one. Like the kick out system works really well. And I've kicked out of 3 after finishers a few times.
Okay.
Because if you're good with your timing, you just kick out. Okay. Now the submission system.
Are you bragging there a little bit? Pretty good with your timing over there.
I'm pretty good with my. I can kick out things.
I'll brag over there.
All right. Now I'm going to brag a little bit more. So the submission system is the exact copy of the UFC Undisputed.
I saw that. Yeah.
It's UFC Undisputed 3's submission system.
No surprise to you. The guy from IGN loved it. And then there was a couple other people that I read that were pretty pissed off about
I would love it too if it worked. But unfortunately, it's very loose. Whereas UFC's, it was super tight. So, when I changed the
kind of like explain it to the people.
So it's a circle and it's cat and mouse.
Yeah.
So me as the defender, I'm the blue bar. And I can move my bar anywhere around the outer part of the circle. The attacker is a red bar, and he can move his bar anywhere around the circle. Right. So what he wants to do is he wants to overlap the red bar on top of my blue bar. And then the longer that he has it in, the more chance it's going to submit me. Okay. So it's cat and mouse. So I'm trying to run away from him, and he's trying to catch me around this outer ring of a circle.
Right.
Problem is that the controls are really loose on this to where your thing will slide.
Oh, just touchy.
Well, after you change direction, it will actually keep going that same direction and slide and come back. Whereas UFC was immediate.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So it's not very responsive.
It's not responsive.
At all.
And that might be by design. And if it was, that was a terrible design choice. I'm sorry. You should have just done exactly what UFC 3
sounds like a patch there, ladies and gentlemen. Coming.
Like they try and add a little thing to it to where they'll add a little dot on the outer circle and that gives you a stamina boost. But that I've only seen that pop up twice.
And that's not very helpful.
No, because by the time it pops up, you're just randomly changing direction. That it doesn't. Like there's no skill to it. It's not like, oh, I gotta go get that ball. It's just, oh, I fucking got the ball because it showed up right as I was going to it. Okay.
All right.
Like it doesn't add anything. The only thing that they add to it that's different from UFC is they add it to where you can sacrifice your stamina by hitting L2 and make your guy move a little bit faster. Oh. But even then, it doesn't really do much. So the submission system is a miss, but I love the kick-out system. Kick-out system is really good.
Anything else gameplay-wise, I guess?
So this is going to be more of like a wrestling nerdy in me and more of the wrestling authentic.
It's all right. It's your review.
So what they do is every character that they have now in the game has 6 different attributes about just their attitude and their philosophy. So they can be aggressive, or they can be cowardly. They can be treacherous.
They heal and
so they're heel and face dynamics.
Yeah, okay.
Because one heel is not always going to be the same as the other heel.
Right.
Okay, so like one guy will use weapons, whereas the other one will just go out of the ring and get a count out.
Okay.
So the really cool thing is they actually...
Oh, it's not like general, though. Like one guy's sinister and the other guy's like an asshole.
No. No, it's actual stats. Like they have a bar that slides from one direction to the other.
What I read, that's actually applies later in the actual interview process that I'm assuming.
It does. That's part of my player. But as far as like gameplay, like what you'll see in the matches, the really cool thing that we're seeing with Kevin Owens, especially because everyone's fighting Kevin Owens right now, who's a new badass kind of... he's kind of cowardly. So things that they've seen is, so if he's the title holder, do you know what the champion's advantage is in wrestling? So that's if you're a title holder, you can't lose your title by countout or disqualification.
Is that new?
No, that's been around forever. So that's kind of the storylines of like, you'll see Ric Flair, if he's about to lose, he'll just walk out of the ring,
that's right.
grab his title and get counted out. Because he can't lose it by countout.
Yeah, I remember that now. Yeah.
They'll do that in the game now.
Oh, okay.
So Kevin Owens, if he feels like he's losing, like if you hit him with one finisher,
run after him and
you can,
like fuck him up.
You definitely can.
Oh, okay.
So if he feels like he's losing because you like hit one of your finishers and he sees that you have another one, he'll walk out of the ring and just start walking up the ramp, like completely walking away as the ref counts him out. Well, or he'll go underneath the ring and grab a chair and hit you just so he gets disqualified because he'll still keep his title. Okay. Now the other really cool thing.
So that's like a lot of realism to
it is,
and that sounds like they're adding to that.
And they've added a lot of stats to crazy things too. So now when you if you're a face, one of the things that you can do if you have the ability is you can reach for the rope. Okay, so if you're getting pinned, if you grab the rope and the ref sees it, they'll stop the count. So okay. That's the same way in real life.
Right.
But the ref might not see it because all of them, when you start, for level 1, like the ref will have an 80% chance of seeing you grab the rope, but you only get a 15% momentum boost. Okay. Level 2, he'll have a 60% chance of seeing it, but you'll get a 50% momentum boost. So your finisher will, and then at level 3, the referee will only have a 40% chance of seeing it, but you'll get like a 100% momentum boost. So what they've seen online is Kevin Owens gets pinned, he grabs the rope at 2, ref doesn't see it, counts 3, Kevin Owens loses his belt, you win.
Okay.
Which has happened before, so it's awesome that they're adding all of these things with the ref and now character traits. It's
just the realism. That's like the keyword.
If you like wrestling, like professional wrestling, and you like the nuances, oh my gosh, this game is fantastic as far as the gameplay.
Speaking of nuances, I heard like almost like all the belts are now like in it, where
there's so many belts
lacking last one.
So one of the things that they did, so I peeked at your notes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So one of the notes that you have is that there's new characters. This is the biggest roster that they've had to date.
I saw 120 plus.
Mm-hmm. Right? Yeah. So, but it's kind of misleading. Not really. Okay. So it's new characters from last year. A lot of them were actually the DLC that came out last year. So they're just throwing in all the characters that they already had made from 2K15.
Let's see, who did I put down here? I put Bret Hart, and I was just like, I'm pretty sure they had Bret Hart last year.
They did have Bret Hart last year, and he does play a big part in this because the new story mode that they have, the showcase, is Stone Cold Steve Austin. So of course you're going to get their Survivor Series match and their WrestleMania I Quit match in there. So they have to have Bret Hart. But a lot of it's all the DLC from last year, and you can tell it's the same
Okay.
models. They don't look that great.
Okay.
A lot of characters have really puffy cheeks too. Like Macho Man looks like a squirrel.
I did see that, and I thought about that for who was it? The British Bulldog. I was like, but he was not that heavy. Like the last time I saw him in the 2000 or the 90s or whatever. Yeah.
You should take a look at him again.
Pretty rough,
he was
huh?
really big, especially late in his career when the roids started going. Yeah.
Who did I think they nailed pretty good when I thought they nailed Dusty Rhodes pretty close.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Like all the wrestlers that they have actually right now are all pretty much on the spot because they've all been photo scanned in.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So like Paige looks like
hold
Paige.
on here. There's one guy,
what?
There's one guy that I did note.
Is it Finn Balor?
Finn Balor. in my notes in parentheses, I put, dude looks literally insane because he has. Can you help me describe him?
Finn Balor has two attires.
And is he? I'm assuming he's a heel now.
No, he's a face.
What?
Yeah. So he has his regular persona, which is just him, and he comes out in a leather jacket. And he's got the belt.
Yeah.
It's just Finn Balor. He's cool.
And he's got really long hair.
No, he has short hair. But then for title matches, he turns into the Demon.
Oh my god. Okay.
So he comes out.
I said he looks literally insane. Yeah.
So for title matches, he gets all pumped up in this like different persona. He calls it the Demon, and he has like this wig that's leather dreadlocks, and he has body paint all over, and he crawls to the ring, and it's weird, but they nailed it, which is really good. So
wow, dude looked crazy, and
that's how he looks.
I definitely denoted it when I was like watching a 3-minute video of like new characters added this season, and I was like, holy shit, who the hell is this dude? This dude's definitely a heel and a half. So he's not a heel, huh?
No, he's a
people
face.
Like him.
Yeah, people really dig him.
Well, wait, is the Demon character, he's the heel?
No, he's a face too. People understand. They're like, oh, it's Finn Balor getting pumped. Yeah, he needs to turn Super Saiyan to beat Cell.
He needs to look super duper evil. Like, if Randy did not like his tattoo on his chest.
It's body paint. It's not a tattoo.
Oh, okay. I thought.
No.
Okay.
No, and that changes. So like when he started off, it was just kind of like a demon. But then like his second pay-per-view match, they spray painted wings on it. And then like when they went to Brooklyn, he had a gargoyle to kind of be like with the architecture of New York.
I'm really curious to hear what Mike has to say about this game. Mike is our like super duper into it wrestling friend.
He's pretty good. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, the new characters. All right, Finn Balor mentioned, check, definitely. Let's talk about the bare bones sort of thing. I know in the last video that we did for 2015 version of the game, very upset about the game modes that were lacking.
Oh yeah,
and I saw that they kind of started to appease the fans.
They had a bunch of new gameplay modes, which is really good.
And just the creation mode was like a lot better.
Character customization is much better this year. They actually added a face import now this year to where you can take a photo of your face and upload it to the creation suite, and then they'll try and match it. It's kind of like what EA did. I haven't gotten it to work, even with the photos that they supply. Yeah, I tried it once, and like I'm like, okay, if it's gonna work, it's gonna work on the photos that they give you.
Right.
No, it came out really weird. I was just like, nope. All right,
you like
I'm gonna mark this up as does not work and just move on.
Like ears up, like as like an
his
elf
face
or
became
something?
like really squashed and stretched out. I'm just like, no.
Oh, this wasn't your face?
No, because I was like, okay, if it's gonna work, it's gonna be one of the developers. Like they take a good picture because they have sample photos that you can use. And I used one of those, and if that doesn't work, I'm not gonna be able to take a picture better than they do. And so I'm just like, nope, doesn't work. Check that box and keep moving. All right. One of the cool things that they did with the face and Create a Suite now is you can actually move individual parts. So you can actually move one eyeball lower than the other one if you want to. You can raise an eyebrow. You can move the actual eye lower.
Oh, wow.
Otherwise, you can move the eyebrow up. Okay. Or you could, if you want to have somebody with a broken nose, you can kind of tilt it off to the side.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. It works. It works really well.
What's going on with the animations?
Okay, you say that you've heard people say that the animations aren't good.
Yeah, I've read a lot about like some of the animations are 2006-ish.
I've come across two that I don't like. One of them was with Naomi's entrance where when she gets into the ring, you can go frame by frame in the entrances now to get your pyro. The first frame of the entrance for her getting in the ring, she's in the crowd. Second frame, she's in the ring. And she just teleports. That's one. The second thing I noticed, there is a move where the guy's kneeling and you grab his face and you kind of twist it. And I don't know if they just set the hands to the maximum length that a head can be in the game.
Was he Stretch Armstrong?
Because it looks like I'm just doing some sort of like Magneto thing where my hands aren't touching his head and I'm twisting it without actually touching. Like, that looks weird.
From what I read and these were just like, they weren't even like formal critics or anything. They were just like players. They made it sound like just the animations were just bad. Like, graphically was just this one guy was just like, oh man, very 2006 going on here. Like, some of them weren't satisfying. But no, the graphics are good. Everything's hunky dory.
Like, we've talked about characters having too big of puffy cheeks, but as far as animations, those are fine. All of this stuff has been motion captured by professional wrestlers.
Right, yeah, and I remember you telling me that, yeah.
Cesaro, to make extra money, he was usually their mocap guy. So Cesaro would go in there and he'd do like Dean Ambrose's entrance, or he'd do other people's special moves, and they'd mo-capture him. So I haven't had any issues. Yeah, I haven't had any issues with the animations at all.
Maybe they're just picky online jerks.
So one of the big gameplay modes, because we kind of glanced over gameplay modes, we just said that there's a lot, is they completely redid my
career.
Yeah, my career now, which is actually really good to a point. So, with last year's, there was a lot of times where you would be going for a feud and your feud would end and you'd go to the next like show, like Superstars.
Right.
And you would just get a text pop up from Stephanie McMahon that says, sorry, we don't have anything for you right now. And you would just have a random match with no consequences. Yeah, which is pretty much how, that's really simulation, because that's pretty much what they do with the mid-card guys. Anyway.
Oh, really?
We just don't have anything for you, so go sit in the back.
Yeah.
But this year, you can actually start rivalries now. So what you can do is you can actually run into any match that you want and cause interference, or you can jump them in the ramp or jump them in the ring. So that's how you start your rivalries. Okay? The nice thing that they did was last year's only went 1 year for my career. So it was just get to WrestleMania and win the match, and then you're done, and credits roll. That's it. This year, the whole point is to get into the Hall of Fame. So they said what they want to do is they want to emulate the Hall of Fame experience, where you have people who are in the Hall of Fame who never won the World Championship. So you have people who just won the mid-card.
Oh,
and that's it. Like Jake the Snake Roberts never held the WWE title.
Oh, he didn't?
No. No, he just won. I think it was the Intercontinental was the only one that he actually held.
Okay.
So they wanted to emulate that this year. So in order to get in the Hall of Fame, you have major and minor goals. So you can get like 3-time WWE champion. You can go, there's one that emulates the streak that The Undertaker had, where it's win 13 straight WrestleMania matches without losing.
Oh my God.
There's one for holding 10 separate title defenses.
Wow.
And then there's one for a jobber, which is lose every match for 3 years straight. I don't know who really wants to do that, but all right, if that floats your boat, if you want to really be the repo man of WWE 2K16, go right on ahead. The Brooklyn Brawler would be a better example. But anyway, so they added major and minor goals. You can do post-match interviews with Renee Young now to kind of decide whether you're a heel or a face.
Right. And that's like the interview process. Is that fun?
No. Because
and you loved it so much in the NBA games.
I do, but this year it's so you have your bar, and when you choose an answer, it automatically fills the bar all the way, or it goes down to 0, or it goes all the way to heel. There's no like in between.
Oh, okay.
So I can't be like halfway face. I have to be either completely face or completely heel. The other thing is, for authenticity's sake, it sounds like they just took Renee's voice from interviews, but they cut out the last part. Like, it's obviously cut off. It's kind of the same way here, where you can see like she's, and joining me today. What did you think about Tyler Breeze?
This dude. Hey, dude.
So it's just, it doesn't come off. It comes off really unnatural.
Okay.
And your character is voiced.
Maybe that's what some people were talking about, the animations online.
Maybe. But your character is voiced.
Yeah.
You can't choose the voice, and the guy who they did and who they have seems really bad. Ooh. Like he doesn't.
He's no Nolan North. Huh?
No, when you watch a professional wrestling interview, you don't expect something great, but you expect kind of like the traits of professional wrestling.
Yeah.
Like so you expect
some showmanship.
You expect him to emphasize like the last line, like "I'm gonna get you, Hulk" or something like that. Right. Instead, it's just like, and he's gonna know my name. Oh, thanks. Like, there's a better way to do that.
Just sounds like some dude behind you talking to his girlfriend on the subway.
It sounds like somebody's feeding you lines and you don't know how to emphasize the correct syllables.
All right. Well, so is my career improved though?
It's improved because it's longer and you actually have clear defined goals now, and you can start a rivalry. So there's no point in time where you're just kind of wandering around.
I remember
without
you were like
do.
stuck in like NXT for like a long time too, and I saw that you can have like an option of staying in NXT
or you can jump out
or jump. Yeah.
Yep. So right now I'm like ranked number 2 in NXT.
Okay.
And I can go for the US Championship now, but I don't want to because John Cena has that and he's rated 96. You like progress really slowly too as far as your attributes are concerned. So I've played this game for, I think my hour count was 5 hours in that mode, and I'm still only at like a 73 overall. Oof. Yeah, where even some of the managers are rated 80.
Oh my God, really?
So I'm not doing too well right now. Woof. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What's up with this authority in the intro part?
I haven't really gotten to that yet because that happens once you get out of NXT.
Okay.
But from what I've seen, so the authority play a really big part in WWE programming. Like it's the bosses, it's the Vince McMahons. So they choose the matches. So you can suck up to them.
Right.
And you can get into really good matches and get title defenses pretty quickly or title chances. Otherwise, if you screw them over, they'll start putting you in like 3-on-1 handicap matches, or they'll put you up against Brock Lesnar when you have no business being in the ring with him. Okay. So yeah, you can, and they're heels, so you can be either a heel or a face and go against them or with them.
Okay. Anything else? What's going on with is the Terminator in this game?
Yeah, he's DLC if you pre-ordered it.
Oh my God.
You get the T1 Terminator, who's a heel, or otherwise you get the T2 Terminator, who's a nice face. He's a good guy. They have separate entrances too and attires.
All right, I didn't see the video of this.
So the T2.
Does this appeal to a lot of people? Like,
I don't think so.
This sounds pretty
WWE
stupid.
and Arnold Schwarzenegger have, for some reason, been really cool with one another. Like he showed up. Oh, he's a Hall of Fame member. I don't know what he did. I don't remember him being
Hall of Fame celebrity.
Yeah, I think William Shatner's in the Hall of Fame too, and I don't remember what he did. I'm pretty sure.
Screech, Dustin Diamond.
No,
he was on there. I saw him once.
No, you can't do that.
Okay.
But yeah, you get 2 versions of the Terminator if you pre-ordered it, and whatever. If that's what you want, go ahead.
All right.
He can be WWE champion, I guess. I don't know.
Are the Divas fights better? Are they still kind of lame?
Diva fights? They're the same as the male fight.
Yeah.
Really. The one complaint about it though is that
I wrote it down here. Missing divas.
They are missing a lot of divas.
This guy was very upset, all caps, this gentleman that I read about.
Mainly they're missing the big ones right now. So like since this game has been in production, the NXT women's division took off. So you're missing all of the best divas right now, all of the best women. So you're missing.
I believe your old girl really likes the divas and like kind of like shit talking.
Women wrestling in NXT especially has been really fantastic. They headlined the last NXT pay-per-view with a 30-minute Iron Man match for the women's championship, and it was great.
Was it?
Yeah, it was fantastic.
They weren't dogging it or anything?
They don't dog it in NXT. Okay. No, like the women's matches in NXT have been the highlight of NXT.
Okay, I might be watching one of those with you guys.
But right now you're missing the NXT women's champion. Bayley's not in the game.
Yeah, this guy was very upset about Bayley.
The current WWE Divas champion Charlotte isn't in the game. Her teammate Sasha Banks isn't in the, or not Sasha Banks, but Becky Lynch. Sasha Banks isn't in the game either, and she's like the best diva right now.
She's been there for a while, I think.
Yeah, Bayley. They've all been there for more than 2 years. But hey, you get Naomi, who doesn't really do much, and you get what's her name, Tamira, who is a bodyguard and doesn't really wrestle that much. So
she's like the new China.
Hey, kind of. She's Jimmy Snuka's daughter.
Oh, really?
Tamina Snuka.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So she's in there, I guess. Eva Marie's in there, who everyone loves. No one likes her.
Oh, okay. So that's disappointing for like the hardcore fans.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you're into Divas, like you can't really.
So they should probably DLC that.
They're not going to. They already said it.
That's odd.
Yeah. I don't know what it is.
Not appeasing fans. Okay.
No. I mean, they're throwing in more moves for the Bellas. So if you're a Bellas fan, go right on ahead. But yeah.
Can't say that I am. All right. I think that's about it. Yeah, I still can't believe they put Schwarzenegger in there.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It has a season pass. It has the My Player Kickstarter where you can get additional skill points for like $10. The season pass is $25. I want to say.
What does that give you?
More characters.
Ooh.
Including more NXT people. So like Samoa Joe, who was in TNA for the longest time, he just signed with NXT. He'll be in that pack as part of the Future Stars pack. You get the former NXT champions. You get the Matadors who have been in the WWE forever. They'll be DLC. Get new moves.
$25 though sounds a little steep though.
Yeah, but if you're a wrestling fan, you gotta get it.
Yeah.
My universe mode has to be correct. Thank you.
Okay.
There's only one way to do it. You either go really correct or you go on the downloadable characters and you get like the Incredible Hulk and Sonic the Hedgehog and throw them in. Yeah, their creation suite you can do whatever you want with.
Here I thought I was pissed off about Schwarzenegger. All right. I think that's about it for my general question. What else?
Yeah, there's let me see here. The only other issue that I have is some of the buttons, like they do multi-purpose things. So like to get out of the ring is L1. But if you're standing on the apron to call for a tag is L1. To climb up the ropes is L1.
Super stupid.
So if the guy is getting you into the corner, like you're trying to refill your counter bar and you want it, like he's cutting off the ring to use an MMA term, and you want to get out of the ring. I've had it happen where like I hit L1 to get out of the ring, and my guy just slowly, gingerly climbs up the turnbuckle. And I lost a match the other night that was a tag team match in My Player, so I can only control my guy who's on the outside. And Finn Balor hit a finisher on my tag team partner, so I knew he was going to go in for the pin. It was probably going to be over. So I hit L1 to go in the ring. No, my guy reaches his hand out to go for a tag, and that animation is 4 seconds long, and you can't cancel out of it. So while my guy's getting pinned, I'm sitting there waiting for a tag instead of climbing in the ring and hitting him like I wanted to. So
like that's a lot of complaints coming to 2K's way for that one. Huh?
For that one, just put that on the R1 doesn't get used if you're waiting outside.
Oh, really?
That's the counter button. I'm not going to counter anything if I'm waiting on the outside.
Yeah,
just switch it. But no.
Can you map that?
Nope.
Oh, wow.
So.
All right. Misstep in there. All right.
Yeah. But other than that, I really like this game.
A few little missteps. But otherwise, you would say I recommend.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if you're wrestling.
The roster is so big, and the fact that they put in all the DLC from last year, you get a lot of classic guys. So
I was
even if you're
surprised that it was 120 people.
So even if you're not like up to date with WWE,
right,
you can still play as Jake the Snake Roberts, Rick Rude, Ultimate Warrior, Macho Man Randy Savage. Hulk Hogan's not in the game because he's a racist.
Yep, I heard about
that. But you also got like Bret Hart, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Did they take him and Sting out?
No, Sting's in there. You got 3 different versions of Sting. Oh. You got Surfer Sting, you've got Crow Sting from WCW, and you've got the Sting from WrestleMania this year too. You've got Undertaker. I think you have multiple versions of him, multiple versions of Kane. So yeah, there's a ton of people. Even if you're not into wrestling now, but you liked it back in the Attitude or the 80s, it's awesome.
Chris Jericho?
Yeah.
Okay.
You at least have the new version of him. You might have the old Lion Tamer one too. So.
All right, he was one of my favorites back in the day. Yeah.
So yeah, WWE. If you like it, pick it up. If you like wrestling, if you're if you really like authentic professional wrestling, pick it up.
Have you done a lot of online?
No, haven't tried it. I've been playing the My Player in the showcase mode with Stone Cold.
Okay.
I
wasn't sure if like the servers were like real crappy or does a bad job of finding you a match or something.
I haven't really heard anything about that except that somebody already found that there's an irreversible infinite move again, which there's one every year that patch it out. Yeah, it's a move that it doesn't have a reverse on it, and also it like the frame count is too small to where they can do it pretty much before you recover. They can hit the move again, so it becomes an infinite loop of doing the move, and you have no counter.
That sounds very fun.
Yeah, Well, that's why I don't play
that
online.
Individual only.
Yeah.
Okay.
They added full motion video to the showcase in the middle of matches now too. So like, there was a recap where Jake the Snake came out holding his ribs for the King of the Ring, and JR's like, and earlier in the match, Vader took it to him, and it shows the full motion video like they would of the replay of what happened earlier that night and in the real King of the Ring tournament of Vader squashing him, and then it's back to gameplay.
That's something I read really cool. Too. Is like the voice, the commentators are like a lot better. Commentary is a lot better because they moved from a 2-man booth to a 3-man booth, so there's more lines, but you still do get like the really repetitive. Like if you jump somebody on the ramp, JBL will constantly say, "Go get some, boy," or "That's what you do. Make a name for yourself." You hit him again. "Make a name for yourself, kid." Hit him again. "Make a name for yourself." Like, come on. There's more than one soundbite for that attack. Please do it. No. All right. A little bit of variety. All right, sorry we ended on a semi-negative note.
Well, it's good. Commentary's never going to be good. At least it's not like Madden from back in the day, which was terrible.
Yeah, it was.
So overall the game's really good. I like it a lot more than 2K15.
Okay, sweet. Pick it up if you are a wrestling fan.
All right, so what have you been playing?
Oh yeah, I forgot.
We haven't even talked about you yet.
All right. Well, I still been playing Destiny. I don't know. I'm really
taking care of our listeners here.
No, so here's some of the problem with that is they got so much flack. So they have the Taken King, right? The new add-on
for Destiny,
yeah, which is basically another version of the game. They got a ton of flack from the community about, oh man, there's not a ton to do. Things are so easy, blah 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 blah. And that was like, I don't know, 15% of the community thought the game was like easy as peasy, and like dudes that are playing on Twitch like for their freaking jobs. But now they've added like these special quests that you have to do. Oh, I don't know, like 12 hours of work to do. Like, you gotta go into the Crucible and like play PvP for like 6 hours and try and kill somebody with one special move. And like, I'm trying to get like this super duper exotic sword, and I literally have to kill, and I'm not good at PvP, and I have to kill like 25 people, and I've done it twice in 6 hours, and it's just like damn it, like this isn't like, it doesn't come super easy to some people. And I'm not like a great shooter person, I'm not awful, but just some of the mechanics of like the difficulty factor that they added is a little frustrating, and they're just, it's a different element of grind that there was like previously without the Taken King. So that's why I had some condescending sigh. Yeah. But it is a fun game to play with your friends. One of our other best friend moved, so I can't like, so I got to text them, hey, you guys.
Which other best friend? Both of our friends moved.
Oh, yeah.
Ryan or Ben? Are we playing favorites?
So he moved. Yeah. So now it's just a little bit more of a hassle to find people to play with. I will say, I don't know if you liked this aspect that was added on PS4. They added like a community board.
Yeah.
And I will say that is that definitely helps Destiny in the sense of you join one of the communities and then you just go to the board, refresh. Hey, I'm looking for, one other person to do this thing. And there's one that just, I think it's called no microphone and enjoy the play in silence in Destiny. So that one's kind of easy where you don't have to like, hey, how are you, like 14-year-old in freaking Idaho? Actually I shouldn't say, super nerdy kid in Oregon that,
Good thing you changed that. All of the Ohio kids would have been really upset with you.
I said Idaho, and I actually have a really good friend that lives in Idaho. That's why I changed it. But anyway, it is nice, like that community aspect, especially when you can just like there's a couple like mission type stuff, and like strike playlists that you don't necessarily have to play with somebody with a microphone and tell people what to do. In the raid, you have to, but no, I still have been enjoying Destiny, and they do, like you said, I think we said earlier, like they do a really good job of making you want to come back. Like just this week, they had like a special like, oh, here's a couple of cool special missions and like special hats that you get for like Halloween, or they call it like Festival of the Lost. So it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna jump back in there and play a couple of these like special missions with like special like parameters to give me a high level, piece of loot, and so that's they do like daily missions and stuff like that, and they do a good job of enticing you to come back. So my sigh earlier was because I'm getting sucked in and coming back on a regular basis.
Yeah,
but aside from that, I still almost the exact opposite. The other game that I've been playing is Rocket League.
Oh yeah,
and Rocket League does not do any dailies, and you just come back because you enjoy it and you want to rank up essentially.
Yeah.
So they should do dailies because I think they have dropped off a ton. Rocket League was free on PS4 for like a month.
Yeah.
When it first released for PS Plus. And so they had a ton of people like jumping, and really it was only like $15 or whatever, after that, and on PC, which is a steal and a half, even if you play like 2 hours of it. But they have like, and the developer does a great job of like, they added a bunch of DLC. They're gonna have like a free one that like is coming out that like messes with like gravity and makes like an extra giant ball that's like 3 times the size of your car. And so they're doing a good job of like trying to keep people. They added the DeLorean on Back to the Future Day, and that was like $2. So I mean, you can play with that for an hour. But no, Rocket League still is like super fun, and it's like, I mean, it's soccer with like race cars. So even if you don't like soccer, which my girlfriend doesn't like soccer like I do, and tolerates watching my team, credit to her, but she's still like super into it, like, oh shit, like watch this replay and stuff, and they can be really impressive. So so Rocket League is a game you come back to just because it's so well done and it's very fun. And what else did I do? I did, and I actually might try and put it on YouTube on our channel, the end of it, because I'm like halfway through it. I played this game called White Knight, which is like an indie game, and it's a very, I think you would like it. It's a noir murder mystery.
Oh, I saw you play that game when I came over once.
Yeah. It's very. You have like you don't even have a flashlight. You literally just have like a matches, and you are stuck outside of this mansion because you wrecked your car because you saw a ghost. Like, this isn't spoiling it, and this literally happens the first like 2 minutes. And so you wreck your car, and then you have to go like explore this mansion for like a telephone and stuff, and then the mansion is haunted and whatnot. And it is, it's very kind of cell-shaded noir. I should say it's all black and white, except maybe like I think the flame from the matches. But it's very it's not necessarily creepy, although there are some like little kind of pussy jump scare parts where you're just like damn it, of course I like fell for that part. But it's no PT by any means.
Oh god.
Or Outlast. But yeah, it's fun, and I think it's only like, I want to say it's only like 6.5 hours.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try more of that. I know what I'm going to be playing. Me and old girl are gonna be finishing the Life is Strange.
Yeah.
We are both. That's a great game. That's it. Do you know about that one?
Yeah.
Episodic.
Yep.
And very Telltale-esque, but it was by Square or Squeenix. And so those last 2 episodes just dropped, and then I'm gonna try and go over to my old roommates and finish the final episode of the Game of Thrones Telltale game, which like took like 4 months to like finally come out, and that's supposed to come out like next month, in the middle of next month. So.
You know what we need to finish? Borderlands. Tales from Borderlands.
Oh, yeah.
I heard really good things about the last episode.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that completely done?
It's done.
Oh, okay. How many episodes were there? 5? Again?
Sure. I don't know.
That first one was really long, and actually, I just told old girl to play that because the first episode, it still might be, if you want to go check, it was free on the PlayStation Store, the first episode of Tales from the Borderlands, and I don't think you needed PS Plus for that.
Interesting.
It was good. I mean, it was long and meaty, which I think we both were like kind of surprised about when we played it. But yeah, no, we should finish that. It's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's it for what I've been playing. I need to just move on to like another meaty game and like finish. I really need to finish Assassin's Creed Unity and
you got Syndicate.
Dying Light. Yeah, Syndicate. It's got pretty good reviews.
Yeah, we should check it out.
I don't know. I might.
I mean, my meaty game comes out in November 10th. So
I'm
that's
aware of that. Yeah.
Come November 10th, you won't see me
10 videos of that on our channel. Yeah. No, Syndicate. I think I'm going to wait until like Black Friday or after Christmas, and try and find it for like $40.
Okay.
Because, like I said, I have a lot of other things I should finish, and I think, I need to finish Dying Light. That's the game I was kind of pissed at myself that I went back.
How did you not finish it?
It's meaty.
It is.
It's a lot. I did a lot of the side. Ben and I did a lot of the side quests, and then because him and I co-opted, and where did we get stuck? We got stuck on a part that really kind of like put us off, and I got
stuck. The only part that I got really stuck on was there's a part where you have to climb up and replace lights on the bridge.
Yes. Giant expletives from my roommate. He was very upset, and then also very upset of how easy I did it.
Yeah, I still don't remember how I got down. Like, I think you had to jump on certain ledges, and that was the most frightening part.
Yeah. Great. A great part though. It was kind of like scary intense and giant. No,
that was one of my favorite games of the year. I love that game.
Think so?
Oh yeah, that was so fun.
Still top 5.
Probably.
See, I know a lot of other people that it's like,
I don't know. Skyrim's up there. Skyrim was up there for my top 5 this year.
I don't think it's gonna fall in that category. I'm gonna disagree with you slightly on that one.
I beg to differ. We'll see.
But no, yeah, and that's the other crazy thing is Dying Light came out in January?
Yeah,
and it seems like it's been out for like a year and a half, but it hasn't. No, I would like to go back to the DLC, and I'm real close to finishing it though. I remember Ben telling me, you're like, oh dude, you only have like a couple missions left. You should stop clowning around. Like, there's so many side quests and stuff. And there's like Easter egg stuff. Like they made like a
secret weapons.
Yeah, and they made like a loot cave, and I remember like spending like 45 minutes going to find that, and like didn't even do anything like for me in the game, but it was just like it was just like a throwback to Destiny. I was just like,
all right, sword in the middle of an ocean.
Yep, got that.
There was a secret Super Mario level.
I actually got that real early, and I told Ben about that, and he was super pissed that he didn't find it.
I got the machete right away. Yeah. The secret machete.
Yeah. And then it actually turns into kind of dog shit by the end of the game.
Well, that's because you get better things by the end. Yeah. I mean, that's how games work, Ryan.
Not all. I'll find a couple that aren't like that.
I don't care how good the iron armor looks in Skyrim. I'm not gonna go and keep the iron armor for the rest of the game.
Did you try Witcher?
No, I actually we'll talk about Batman. I beat Batman Arkham Knight.
Oh, did you?
So we'll talk about that next week.
Okay.
Thanks. Yeah, applause.
Yeah, well, you deserve it. Like I said, I need to finish some stuff, and then all the accolades to me.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's about it for the things I've been playing.
All right, cool. Let's jump on ahead. Let's go on to news. Oh. We had some things happen this week. It's been kind of slow.
I have news. Yeah.
He has news. We need like a sound effect. Oh.
News.
I'll just chop that up. That's gonna be our sound effect.
Oh, I'll do tons of sound effects. You know me. I don't give a shit. All right. Probably the biggest thing news-wise that is There's more sound effects for you. That's disappointing me. No Man's Sky. Not surprise release date, which was rumored from the Paris Games
you got
conference.
A different surprise release date from them.
June 2016.
Yeah.
9 months. Suck it. And from what I gathered, that was a lot of polishing, and I kind of gathered that they were trying to work with like challenges and like goals and stuff, which was kind of my knock on it. But if you got to delay the game, then you'll improve it later. It better be improved, sort of thing. So.
We'll see. Small independent developer. It doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. Hello Game. Yeah, there's like 20 people that work there, if not.
And this is a really kind of this is such a big leap
task.
From Joe Danger.
Yeah.
An Excite Bite clone, pretty much, or Trials HD clone. Too.
Yeah, that Ryan Murray dude, the creator. This is like his dream of dreams that he's going for. So if you need 9 months to perfect it. No, Sean Murray, excuse me, is his name. If you got to perfect it, go right ahead. I mentioned it earlier. Next piece of news, Outlast 2.
That was just announced today, wasn't it?
It was announced today.
Hey,
quick on the draw over there.
I'm keeping up.
So it was just like the trailer was just like this old crotchety sounding southerner. Well, maybe he's not southerner. Maybe he's redneck. I don't know. He was kind of rambling on about like religious things, and then they show like a cross that's burning, and then the cross is actually upside down in a satanic manner, and then that is the T in Outlast, and then there's like a scratch marks of like 2 behind it.
Ooh.
So
just a teaser.
Demonic, maybe. I did not play the first one. I watched a couple of Twitch streams of it. That game is still scary as shit when you're not playing it. And it was one of the few games that I can say, if you want to go find a YouTube like playthrough of it, it's still probably just as enjoyable watching.
It's pretty cheap on PSN now. It's only like 15, maybe $20.
Oh, okay.
And it's fun too. It's creepy as hell because you got that
when
video camera.
When I watched it, I think it just came out on PC.
Yeah.
So and I have a crap PC, so I didn't have an option of playing it on PlayStation.
Yeah, I think it was one of the PlayStation Plus games of the month.
Oh, okay.
Like a long time ago.
Oh, I bet that was before I had mine.
Yeah,
okay.
It's good. It's good. The fact that you don't really have a light source except for your hand camera,
and you have like no weapon whatsoever, and that was a thing. We've talked about this in the infancy of our friendship, but like Fatal Frame was much like that, where you just like have that camera.
Yeah.
And you're just like, holy crap, all I get to do is take pictures and like scare the shit out of myself. Not even throw a punch. Like, oof.
I'll check those games out. I'm always good for a good scare.
More than me. So yes, there wasn't a date for Outlast 2, but it will be coming. It's a smaller studio. I'm sure that probably within a year.
Yeah. Next piece of news I'm really excited for.
Well, I'm kind of going out of order.
Oh, how dare you send me notes and then you don't even follow the order?
Well, which one would you like? Go ahead.
All right. So another new game was just announced this week. Detroit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I was going to save this for the end because this is my most like.
Oh, I'm sorry for ruining it for you. But
no. This is fine. I could talk at length about this one.
Made by Quantic Dreams, the makers of Two Souls and Heavy Rain. Yep. And also Fahrenheit. How are you going to forget Fahrenheit on here? Also known as Indigo Prophecy.
I didn't play that crap.
Oh, that was a good one. I got really weird.
Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls were their last 2 games. Mm-hmm. And then when was Fahrenheit was...
That was PlayStation 2. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought that might have been the one.
I am always down for another Quantic Dreams game. I like their storytelling.
Yeah, you either like their games or you frickin' hate them.
Yeah.
And what did I just play semi-recently where it kind of reminded me of... that Life is Strange kind of has a feel of of Heavy Rain to some degree.
A good narrative, like with branching storylines, is always fun because then you can come back to your friends and talk about what happened. Like I was living with Tony when Heavy Rain came out, and that's what we did was we talked about all the different things that happened to us, who lived, who died. I love different endings in games too.
Oh yeah, I haven't played it yet, and I think I might actually in the next month or two. But Until Dawn, I read had a very Heavy Rain-esque feel to it.
Yep.
So I'm looking forward to that one.
That was one of your top 5. How did you not play it?
I'm waiting for it to be cheap or rent it.
Okay.
So yeah.
I can't do that with Rock Band, unfortunately.
Well, yeah.
I can't rent Rock Band.
No, don't ever do that or try to do that. Because you said I could probably go to a local place and rent it for like 5 nights or whatever, right?
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
Okay,
I'll give you the hookup.
All right, I think I can do that. So I'll do Until Dawn and then compare it to Heavy Rain for sure. So, the trailer to Detroit, what'd you think?
I liked it.
I mean,
who's that chick? Who is the main chick? Is it somebody famous? Because it looked like Jennifer Lawrence to me.
No, I don't think it's anybody famous. So Quantic Dream a couple of years ago, they did just kind of like a demo video, and that was just called, what was that called? That was right before, that was between Heavy Rain and was on PS3. It was between Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls, and they did like a demo trailer, and it basically showed that Kira girl being like put together, like more, and then there was an ominous voice in like the tech talking to her and kind of like double checking like she can move her head and stuff like that. And I think maybe the trailer was just called like Kira. Yeah. But that was the girl from the show called The Following. I want to say her name is Valerie Curry, but no, it wasn't anybody famous. Okay. But yeah, it's they do crazy stuff over there, and I'm like really excited that like demo video that they did.
Their stories can take weird turns too. Like Two Souls took a few weird turns. Indigo Prophecy turned into the Matrix at the end. It was really weird. Did it? So it started off as a murder mystery, and then by the end you're fighting in the sky, like fist fighting.
That's what they do, man. Like so this demo and this demo video I'm talking about, they just like made this, and they were just like, "Well, we'll see if this turns into something." And like 4 years later, it's like, "Oh, this is kind of like this Detroit game, like super vaguely." So basically, they're putting together this android girl, and then the tech is talking to her, and then she like says something to like, "Oh, I'm being sold," and he's like, "Yeah, you're gonna be like sent off to somebody's house and play like nanny or like cook or something like that," and she's like, "Oh. Well, I thought I had a different aspect." And he's like, "You thought?" And then these like start disassembling her, and she's like crying, and he's like, "Oh, I'm recording this." And then like it shows at the end of the demo video, like maybe he makes a deal with her sort of thing. And so basically the video for Detroit is that this android leaves the plant and is walking around like newly refurbished Detroit. And there's just like androids that you can, they looked like rental bikes, like in like big cities. Stations, they're just like they're just like walk up to a station and just like stand there and like not move at all, just like, and then it's like rent me for an hour or something like that. I was just like, holy shit. Yeah. So yeah, it's definitely gonna have like a Minority Report kind of feel to it too, iRobot style, and iRobot, yeah. So I'm pretty excited about that one. That's probably the No Man's Sky delay is the most upsetting. The new Gran Turismo Sport will actually award physical prizes to the tournament winners. Did not say exactly what, but it made it sound like it was at least over $100 in value. So you're just like, you're that good, you finally get like physically rewarded for winning a tournament. Okay. Got it. Well, I guess maybe when I read that, I thought more of like, oh, that's like a promising esport sort of thing. Yeah,
they do that. It's called esports. Yeah. You can get real cash for that stuff if you're really good.
This also did sound like it wasn't in Asia like those other ones for the most part.
Gran Turismo, I've never been. Driving games, they're not exciting to me. So I don't know.
All right, more
It's
sound
cool.
effects.
Yeah, real prizes. Awesome. Cool.
Last but not least that I denoted was Uncharted 4 multiplayer, not dedicated servers and microtransactions. Those so from what I read a little more, like 2 and 3 had multiplayer and they were also peer-to-peer. Not a lot of people really liked them though.
I thought they were pretty good. I played 2s.
Oh, okay.
And
Ben, my old roommate, played 3. He didn't like it very much.
And also the thing that I like that Naughty Dog does is they kind of take the Halo route and Call of Duty route where its performance is above graphics when it comes to multiplayer.
Right.
So they also announced that it's going to be 900p.
Yes,
but it's going to be 60 frames per second.
I saw that. What do you think about that?
I'm cool with that. I think more games should be 60 frames per second. Games look good right now. I don't need them to look better. I need them to look smoother.
Right, smooth.
So 60 frames per second is fantastic with me. Yeah. I'm cool with that.
It's peer-to-peer. That could still be people bitching about your internet connection, but all right.
That's my face.
I see that face. But I don't know. Dude, I mean, people cry. Dude, all the Destiny subreddit is just crying when, it's going real slow today on PvP and the Crucible. Like, oh, God, watch out. Like, somebody threw a grenade on me and I couldn't, like, turn my body, like, for 2 seconds and headshot him. Oh, my God. That's my angry Destiny multiplayer PvP player, dude. Not me.
Is that how the entire Destiny community sounds? Why didn't I get my special drop? I'm going to kill you, Crucible. See?
A 60-year-old.
They all just old former gangsters.
I'll work on it. But Uncharted 4, is that and then I guess this isn't necessarily news, but I thought about this when I was writing it. Is Uncharted 4 the game that will break you from Fallout 4?
No.
No.
I'm still playing Skyrim.
Oh, okay.
Before that, I would play New Vegas a little bit too.
Oh, okay.
No, like nothing's. I don't know what's gonna break me from Fallout 4. Like that's my end all now. It would have been number 1 on my top 5 if I knew it was coming out this year, but they didn't announce it. So.
Okay.
Yeah. No, when it comes to Bethesda,
it might be Primal.
Primal. I don't know when that comes out.
In February, I believe.
That's a long time. I'm sure I'll play something else.
November to February?
Yeah, that's 3 months. What are we going to talk? I'm not going to talk about Fallout for 3 months on this.
You might be playing it that long.
I might, but I'll play something else. I don't know.
All right.
We'll see.
Maybe
I'll go where the wind takes me.
Maybe I'll try and talk you into Syndicate at that point, or I'll loan it to you. Hopefully, I'll own it.
I'm sure there's some Lego game coming out. They come out once every 3 months now.
Wow,
they do, right?
Randy, apparently pro Lego over here.
No,
I didn't
just
realize that.
afraid they're going to have the Guitar Hero syndrome where it's like, oh, here's a new Lego game. I'm like, oh, okay.
All right.
Cool, I guess.
That's it for the news.
All right.
Power down the news. I told you I can soundboard it up over here. But yeah, so I feel like there was another news story, but you mentioned the Wild game. Thanks for bringing that up. That was my other like impromptu news story.
Yeah, I always help you out.
That Paris Games convention had like a little bit more news than I expected. I don't know if that's kind of a hangover from what's the one in Germany that they have?
I found your other news item.
Oh, what was it?
Mirror's Edge was pushed back.
Oh, that's right. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It went from like February 20th or something like that to May. I know that's a pretty highly anticipated game, and you don't think so, huh?
I don't know.
I know a lot. Oh, you didn't?
Not really.
Oh, okay. See, I know a lot of people that did like the first one, and we're super excited for the second one. But I didn't play the first one. I know Ben did, and I watched him play a lot of it, and it looked cool. But I mean, it looked dated because he played it like a year ago. But
yeah, and also like the things that it did, other games have done now too. Like it was, you can look at your feet while you're sliding.
Oh, parkouring it up.
Dying Light does all of that. Dying Light did all of that.
Excellent.
So what are you gonna do? Like I can wall jump. Right. That's fine. That's what.
You don't have a weapon though, Randy. You gotta be like.
I didn't have a weapon in Dying Light either.
Well,
I had hatchets. guess those are
You just gotta use your hands, Mirror's Edge. You're just a delivery little guy.
a delivery little guy.
I don't know. All right, is it? No, it's a female.
It's a girl.
Right? Oh, so,
Yeah,
sorry.
she's a female.
Sorry. We are.
She's
we are gender friendly.
She is one of the most important female protagonists ever. Everyone knows her name.
Yeah, I don't.
Neither do I. But she's really not that important. I'm sorry.
Okay, so besides
She's
Mirror's
no
Edge,
Jill Valentine or Laura Croft. Sorry.
aside from Mirror's Edge being pushed back, the other news item is Randy very seldomly cares about it. So I think the other thing that I wanted to note about it is I think it moved back from a good spot of, like, I think it moved to May, which generally is a little light to some degree.
Weaker.
Yeah. So I think it kind of got away from the heavy hitters in January and February because I think they're starting to pile up.
They are. That happens every year, though, because you have all of those games that they were planning on being big holiday releases that need a little extra work. So it's put it out in March, and then that's when you have like BioShock Infinite coming out in March and Grand Theft Auto 5 coming out in March. Or that may have
well, Dying Light was in January this year.
Yeah.
And then like The Order and Bloodborne were, I think, in like February and March.
Yeah, like November through March, unless you're good, that's just a murderer's row of good games that are going to outsell you unless you're a big AAA game.
Right.
So I guess it'd be good for it to go into May, but I mean, in May, not a lot of people play games because they're out.
And about.
I worked in a video game store for 6 years, and May is not a good time.
No.
It's
a good time to get caught up on stuff.
It is.
Right? And get that used copy.
Because so much comes out from November to March that you need those extra 3 months of breathing room.
That's what I'm going to do. I think, like I said, I'm going to wait and maybe not Syndicate because you know how much I love the Assassin's Creed games. But no, I'll wait on a couple things. Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah, I might wait on Fallout 4. Never. I'm sorry.
I am. I've never.
That's fine. You still haven't played Fallout 3.
No, I own it and I still.
You and Richard make me. I installed it for Richard.
It was given to me in the 360 package that I bought from my friend. Never touched it.
I installed Fallout 3 and I installed Fallout Tale of Two Wastelands, which makes Fallout New Vegas think Fallout 3 is a mod, so you can play Fallout 3, which has the better story, on the better engine.
Yeah. And they got rid of all those bugs and stuff that New Vegas had, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
It just lets you look down the scope of your gun because you couldn't in Fallout. So, like, the gun combat was not very good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nope, have it on 360. Never threw it in there. Sorry. One day.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, we don't have any emails because this is the first one we've done in 6 months.
What's coming up for you?
I'm going to be working. I'm going to play some more.
Game-wise.
Oh, game-wise.
I'm give a shit what's going on in your personal life.
Oh, that's so mean.
We'll have another double date.
I'm going to play some more WWE 2K16 here.
Of course.
And then I might pick up Until Dawn because it's Halloween season, so might as well.
Yeah, we should. We really should.
I might watch somebody play PT again because I didn't download it before it was taken off. So disappointing.
It stares at me sometimes on my.
You still have it?
No, I don't have it.
Oh, fuck you.
I have it on there, but I deleted it.
What? You can't download it again.
No, I'm aware of that.
Oh, it's on there haunting me because I tried to download it. Now I just have this thing that says cannot download next to it on my notifications.
Nope. It shows a little download down sign or whatever, but it's oh shit, I'm
so mad that's never gonna see the light of day or be completed because that was my favorite survival horror game.
I read an article about how Guillermo del Toro said he was very much anticipating it, and then he said something along the lines, don't quote me exactly, but said something along the lines of it's really stupid that that Konami canceled that. Basically, he was just I had all these great ideas. Me, Guillermo del Toro, the master of horror, and then they just told me no. I don't know what Kojima did to make Konami so mad because he seems to have his fingers in everything because you have Guillermo del Toro was cool with him. There's an article out today that said what's his name, something Cameron,
the director.
James Cameron?
James Cameron. I don't know why I want to say Jordan. It's one of those slips. James Cameron.
James Cameron of Titanic fame.
Yeah. More importantly, of Escape from New York fame. Who said
Terminator 2 fame.
He wasn't, but he said he wasn't. The reason he never went out to sue Kojima for all of the stuff they took from Escape from New York, because Metal Gear Solid has a lot of just straight ripoffs. His quote was, "He's always been good to me." Why are you getting rid of this guy? He can open up pathways. He got you Kiefer Sutherland. Come on.
Wanted too much. But story for another time.
So weird. They're not even doing AAA games anymore. They're just doing mobile games.
That's odd.
Maybe that's just a sign of our times. Everyone wants to get that cell phone money.
Nintendo is now. That is a news thing I did not add, but I believe today they just announced their new.
They did. They showed off their first game. It's going to be free to play. It was me something. I don't know. Didn't do it for me, but I haven't been. It looked like just a me creator for your phone.
Oh really?
Yeah, it didn't look like much. But then
the old girl and I have a 3DS, but yeah, that's it.
They said
Nintendo department.
They said this game's going to be free to play, but their future games will not be. So
okay, it's a gateway.
Yeah,
Nintendo.
This is them kind of getting their feet wet.
Yeah.
How do cell phones work? Let's find out. So, yeah. Well, I think that's gonna do it for us then.
I'm also going to attempt to play Until Dawn.
Oh, okay. We'll talk about that.
And the rest of Life is Strange.
Maybe we'll do like a spoiler cast and we'll talk about the differences in our gameplay. Ooh, yeah.
You know what's gonna happen then? Oh, this guy died, this girl died, and that guy died. What the hell? All three of those people died in my game, too. Thanks for making things different. And then we just talk about how super similar our games are.
Well, there's some things that you just can't change. Like, I know that... Well, we'll talk about this later. All right, so we're already over.
Until Dawn. Look out for it.
Look out for Until Dawn. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about Batman next week.
Oh, okay.
That's a little bit...
meaty,
late, but whatever. Yeah,
no,
we'll
that's
talk about
fine. Who gives a crap?
And then, so we'll be doing this every week from here on out. Depending upon how this goes, we might do a professional wrestling podcast. Me and Mike, look out for that. Maybe, and then maybe if we like go,
I'll guest star on the pay-per-view ones on that one.
And then maybe
I do like watching the old SummerSlam, the old WrestleManias.
Well, maybe. Well, what I'm thinking is we're just going to do Raws and then pay-per-views.
Yeah.
SmackDown's completely inconsequential now. Nothing of importance.
Yeah, you told me it's gotten even worse since the last time you told me like a month ago about it. Huh?
Raw is still 3 hours long.
Oh my god!
Fuck that.
Welcome to 1997 all over again.
So there's going to be a point where if we're going to do for some weeks we'll have to review a 3-hour Raw and a 3 or 3.5 hour pay-per-view.
Oof.
6 hours of professional wrestling to talk about.
Why do you, Mike, love that shit? Eat it up.
Like I said, it's
like gonna have a lot of Mike's personally bringing beer over for that.
Maybe it's like the 2014 Bears right now. They're not good, but they're getting better.
Okay, I'm glad you're excited about it.
And then maybe like if we watch a movie, we'll have like a podcast about that movie.
Oh, we're doing that.
Oh,
you know what movie I want to do?
What?
We're doing Creed.
We're
we will be doing a Creed review cast.
You should watch this movie called Turbo Kid. You should watch this movie called Turbo Kid.
Is it on Disney?
No,
it sounds like a Disney movie.
It's not Disney. It's as close to a Fallout movie as you can get.
Oh, okay.
It's post-apocalyptic.
Why is it called Turbo Kid?
Because this guy who's a wasteland, they call it the wasteland. He's a wanderer of the wasteland. Basically, like the only thing that he carries around for entertainment is old comic books called Turbo Rider.
Okay. So
then he finds a suit that looks similar, and this girl that he meets called Apple, which is the name of my dog.
Yeah.
She says, "Oh, you're like Turbo Kid."
Okay.
It's Turbo Kid, but it's bloody. It's a B movie, and I always get really skeptical when, like in the trailer, it says instant cult classic.
Yeah. Oh.
This is a really good film.
Okay.
So I'll have to send it to you.
Maybe. Yeah.
It's a good date
movie. When you just say Turbo Kid, I just think bringing it back to bacon. I think of the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, Jingle All the Way, where he becomes Turbo Man.
Yeah. You know what movie you should watch? It's really good. It's called Tall Tales. Have you seen it?
Get out. All right. All right, you're done. And with that, I think we are done.
Have you heard of Paul Bunyan? He's in the movie. All right, yeah, that's going to do it for us for this week. We'll be back next week. We'll talk about some new stuff. If something comes out, we'll play it.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, cool. So
thanks. I'm Mr. Ryan.
I'm Mr. Randy. Oh, yeah, you can catch us on Podbean if you're listening there. Otherwise, you can catch us on YouTube. New videos every week. If you want to tweet at us, you can tweet us at ConvolutedCube. You can email me at convolutedcube@gmail.com. Ryan, how can they contact you?
I am RPGreenMachine4 on Twitter.
All right, cool. So we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for watching and listening.
Bye.
Bye.